Who was the worst character you've ever come across?
I think you guys know the joke that I'm going to say, because I always say it. But I'm not going to this time. So, you just watch yourselves.
I will, it's you.
Alright, okay, fair enough.
From a campaign we all still remember well, but for all the wrong reasons. Problem Player creates a skinny human rogue with dark hair and a mysterious past, but taller than anyone.
Human spider.
Of course he does. The campaign is closing its climactic end. Lots of twists and turns, multiple party member deaths. The DM doesn't allow for players to roll new characters. Once you die, that's it. Everyone is hyped regardless. The Tiefling Fighter PC, with horrendous stat rolls, ends up outlasting almost everyone, but finally dies after living through almost 10 situations that should have been his end. Rogue ends up as the only PC alive, along with only one of the important NPCs. The party loves this NPC. Why does every campaign ends with one NPC just dragging along?
Yeah, you always find that it's like,
There's
take a
one,
pet.
it's like, mate, he's dead on.
You know
Let's
what?
bring him.
Is this like the reverse of a DM player character? Is this how you do a DM player character correctly? when the party takes on a pet?
Pet, yeah. The party loves this PC. They managed to build the campaign through their actions to raise this overweight barbarian as the hero of the story. Couldn't be prouder as a DM. Climactic final fight. Party is on edge of their seats. Rogue PC almost dies but manages to roll a crit success on a death save and wakes up. Barbarian NPC doesn't know this and goes to help what he thinks is his dying friend. Problem Player smirks. He would be surprised if I attack, right? Goes for the sneak attack, which amazingly rolled well enough to kill the barbarian. Our faces wane. All the effort me and the other players put towards the campaign's story to reach its, admittedly, a little cliché, but a satisfying conclusion, gone. The player just wanted to win.
What do they mean by the concept of win?
Win?
I win.
But like...
I win, guys.
I don't
I'm
get
last man
that.
standing.
To be honest, it's probably something I would do.
It does sound... You know what? It actually is. It actually does sound exactly something that you would do.
Yeah.
You're worse than me sometimes, you know that? You would just turn around and just, you know what, I'm going to bully someone today. And that's what you do. It is what you do, Megan.
Well...
You just turn around and be like, you know what, this person over here.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what it is? It's a sign of endearment, though. I think you only do it to people that you actually like.
Yeah.
I think the thing is...
But the thing is, I don't bully, I just take the piss.
Yeah, I suppose. But
then I do bully people who I actually don't like.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't get that. I feel like a lot of people don't understand our... See, this is the thing. A lot of the stuff that we do, we think is actually hilarious. But to a lot of outsiders...
And even whenever we're out and stuff around other people, like me and James just completely take the piss out of each other constantly.
We do things...
And they think, oh my god, they must have a really bad relationship.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just don't get it.
No.
I think we are just different from a lot of people.
Yeah. A player in an Exalted campaign made what we called a meat wizard. His entire shtick is that everything he did was made out of flesh. His wizard tower was made out of skin and muscle and grossness. He summoned meat gorillas, which, if I can recall, were just demons that looked weird, to do his bidding. And all of his magics were meat-themed. The campaign fell apart when, upon being tasked with defeating a necromancer and a skeleton army, he decided to spend 30 days in-game doing nothing but summoning meat gorillas to go and beat up the necromancer. It would have been kind of funny character concept if the player wasn't also a complete ass that went out of the way to derail the whole campaign at every possible step.
Look, I don't know, I'm not opposed to this idea.
It sounds like it could be funny, but it depends. I think it depends on the player. They could make it very obnoxious.
Look, it's always about the player. Let's be serious. It's always the player.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the player. I think what I would have done is I would have done like Wizard of the Grill personally.
Like, yeah.
I would have liked the idea of like Gordon Ramsay sort of. It's you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think you know what actually. Well, we did do the Gachimachi Wizard. I think a Grilling Wizard.
Who was it in one of your campaigns played Guy Ferrari?
That was
what was it? What class was he playing?
He was playing a cleric. I
believe.
A cleric. He was he was in Garblu's team.
Oh,
so
right.
he was. I've actually his name's I still follow him on Instagram. Who's a Perks or something like that you call him. He's a funny guy.
Mm-hmm. A campaign I GM'd for on Pathfinder 2nd edition was somewhat of a homebrew. She was a new girl to the group, and we were all very hesitant on letting her join, as we had been playing for around a year and a half.
I mean, look, what have we learned? Females should be banned, and that's that. You know what? Everyone should be banned. This is an equal. This is an equal opportunity platform. Neckbeardia, I'll have you guys know. I feel like we hate everyone equally, including ourselves.
Yes, especially ourselves. Come to find out, this new girl is a massive weeb, a huge slag, and an all-out drama queen. So her character, of course, reflected this. She made a literal poster child for leftist views.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's see.
Half-elf, soy. Sorcerer, soy. Trans, black. Massive amounts of charisma. The groom whiff.
You know what they're missing? The wheelchair.
Yeah.
Why did they not have the wheelchair?
They're missing the wheelchair.
Might have been before the wheelchair. I think this is very ableist, guys. I don't approve of this one bit.
When I say this girl only casted spells to seduce NPCs I made, and actually asked for my Discord ID so she could ERP with them. Ugh. When she asked me this, it was in front of the group. I could feel everyone cringing inside and not wanting to be there. The lore I had built for the world had a city-state nation that was very racist, as they were human only area.
How did she join?
I don't know.
Why did she join?
She got upset at me for this, as she said I was projecting my ideas into the campaign.
I'm the DM. Do what I like.
This city-state misgendered her character once, and she made it a goal to murder Hobo and try to derail the entire campaign, calling them all fascists and racists and any other buzzword she could think of. When I killed her character off, because murder Hobo in a city full of militaristic guards, she got so upset she blocked me and everything. She even tried to get my friends to support her in this. They of course said no, but they wouldn't play the campaign anymore. They did. They just didn't tell her, as we all enjoyed it, especially without her. To this day, she still holds this against me, even though this was easily 5 years ago. She's just so ingrained in my friend group's workplace, it's hard to get rid of her.
Yeah, look, there's always one person like that, you're not, like, it's like a friend of a friend, but you always end up...
They're always there.
Yeah, and it's like,
and they're so annoying.
You just don't, you've got, it's almost
and
like you don't have any
whenever
patience.
they bring them, like, the friend off them is like, I'm sorry
about this.
I'm sorry.
Because even they know that they're a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
They're more than a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, I know a few
Nightmare!
Nightmare! Honestly, though, how did this even come about?
See if that was like, I would just bully them enough to where they would leave.
Yeah, I think this is where bullying isn't approved of now.
But that's the thing. See, if I was in a decent group and somebody came in who was hyper annoying and just wanted to do their own stuff and derail the whole thing, I would bully them enough to where they would leave.
I like to give people at least a fair chance.
I feel in character and out of character, to be honest.
I feel like if you give someone a good...
I'm not a bully, guys. I'm not like that. But I don't suffer fools.
Yeah, that's actually what I would
don't.
say. I've had that with a few people. I just said, it's like, yeah, Megan just doesn't suffer fools at all, not even in the slightest. Mm-hmm. And
that one guy that I did bully, and he said, "Why is Megan so mean to me?" And
she just doesn't suffer fools. She does, honestly, she just what, you two just avoid each other. You are never going to see eye to eye with anything. No. It's better off,
Yeah. Hey guys, do you like models in your tabletop role playing games? 'Cause we do too. Do you like having big bitty waifus on your table? 'Cause we do too. We got human biddies, we got lizard biddies, we got orc biddies, oni biddies, cat bussies. We've got everything you want at neckbeardia.co.uk.
Check the links down below, it helps us out a lot.
Sorry for interrupting the video, let's get on with the story. But last week's winner was this guy. Well done! Yay! Round of applause! Everybody stands up and claps. But enough of that, let's get back to the video. I have 4. First was a halfling. I don't even know. Monk? Maybe ranger? This guy rolled up. This guy was intoxicated when he made the character. The character just made no sense, but he insisted on sticking with them. There was no character. It was just a guy.
Is this a dude? Is this like is this a part? Is this taking the piss out of the Big Lebowski?
Probably.
The dude. I'm just the dude, man. I'm the guy.
One buddy of mine loved playing big orcs. That's just his thing. If he can make a big stupid green man, he'll do it. And if he can ever reduce the character's intelligence further, he'll do it. Normally this isn't too bad. He tends to be pretty good at making the characters at least palatable and not damaging the flow, most of the time. One of these big green stupid smash bros, I can't say swear words guys, got caught in the unfortunate circumstance of managing to have the highest charisma of the party, while also being the only person who spoke Dwarvish. He was thus our representative. He refused to tell us anything that was conveyed to him. gave vague, open-ended commands and hypothetically led our goals and derailed as much as possible.
You know what this reminds me of? This is like whenever...
Anytime somebody says anything to you, I'm like, what did they say? You're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, see, whenever I get phone calls, and then Megan asks, like
important phone calls or whatever, what did they say? I don't know. They just said, what's happening?
Yeah, but Megan wants like a blow by blow, exactly said what they said. I can't remember exactly what they said, but they
You're
said...
just a big stupid orc.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So we killed him. Only time I've seen a PC getting murdered, being totally justified. Though the DMs an ass for not having any dwarves that spoke common and letting it continue. Third was one of mine. A character had died. The DM said a good spot to jump back in was coming up, so I hurried and jotted down a character that fit the occasion. They're the worst ones.
I think they can be a lot of fun. Honestly, I really like see quick rolled up characters. You never know.
Dark Elf Warlock, styled as a vampire hunter. Do you like Blade?
yeah, you mean Blade. Wesley Snipes.
I had zero idea how to roleplay this. Had no character traits besides edgelord fused with Belmont.
No, just play Blade.
Yeah, in mind. And couldn't even keep a consistent voice. So he was just a guy. Retired him after 3 sessions. He was so bad. Last one was a goblin. Rogue, I think. He was just an asshole.
Yeah, I get that. I know.
I'm not sure if he was just an asshole looking for an outlet. Didn't understand roleplay or what. But no, just an asshole.
It's not me, guys, I'm telling you. Totally not me. Not me, guys, trust me. Please believe me.
I love the orc that was the only one who could understand dwarves and just didn't tell anybody anything.
Yeah, I like that. You know, it works. It kind of makes sense. But, you know, my biggest problem I've got, what I really don't like about low charisma characters is it's almost like you can't come up with plans.
I know.
Or you can't come up with any idea how to fix problems, and I that's one of the things I love the most is problem solving. Even though I'm not very good at it, I do think I come up with creative ideas that, like, you know, it's like, Mr. DM, can we do this? Would this be a good idea? Or can we go about this way or that way? And they're like, yeah, okay, well, yeah, let's go for that and see what happens, you know?
Yeah. Half vampire, half werewolf. Great. With a grafted demon arm.
But guys, it needs to be half something. I need it.
I need half.
Just half, even though it's like you're dividing it by 8.
Told he is a good vampire werewolf abomination.
A good abomination. How do you mix them 2 words together? It's like, yeah, it's an abomination.
But it's good.
But it's good, guys, I'm telling you.
So he's a good vampire werewolf abomination who is a noble. He only drinks wine.
I mean, there's a lot of nobles, well, actually, I can't.
Is a sorcerer who has a lich as a patron. Never casts a spell, only attacks in melee with his demon arm. Undead servant, raised from a paladin. Says it isn't evil because the undead paladin wants to redeem himself and he is giving the opportunity in exchange for servitude. Constantly rolls poor and knocked out every combat, since he is a sorcerer running into melee. Insists in his background that he is a great warrior and champion gladiator. Refuses to actually fight in arenas as it's beneath him.
Okay.
Come across as a monument dedicated to the men in his army that died at his own hands when he entered a rage. Sulks when everyone in the party laughs and mentions that he must only roll well when it's against teammates. Undead bodies of said victims rise up from the grave for vengeance. They use tactics and flank. Party once again jokes that they must have mistaken their leaders since this guy never flanked once, even when asked to. Corrals the party into a quest for his lich patron, to remove the mind flare colony he had at the lower level of his dungeon. Still honest to God, thinks he's evil. Thinks he isn't evil.
Look, everyone who plays an evil character is like, no, I'm actually not evil, honestly, guys. So,
my patron's a lich, but I'm not evil.
No, I'm totally...
I'm telling you.
It's kind of like... I only went to that island once.
It was a mad night. There was a lot of stuff going about. I tried a lot of things.
There was there was a weird cult show, and there was a lot of famous people there, and I just got carried away.
Alex Jones was in the bushes.
Yeah. It just got really wild. I can't say anything about this.
In my early days of playing D&D, one of our players got himself a girlfriend.
Oh no!
Now, she herself wasn't really the problem. She basically made a character under our friend's guidance and roleplayed to the best of her ability. Eventually they broke up under bad circumstances, but that's neither here nor there. The problem was that with a co-worker of hers, let's call him Chris, who she invited to D&D with our permission, he portrayed himself as an experienced player, who had played more 5th edition than the 3.5 we were running, but assured us he played plenty of 3.5, and that the rules were very similar. As a relatively new group who were just establishing a firm grasp on the rules, we welcomed the possibility of having someone more experienced at the table. Problem was, Chris was full of crap. He decided to roll a monk, and asked all sorts of dumb questions during character creation that made us doubt his claim of experience. We basically had to walk him through everything. So he made his monk, named him Shinji Onaga, and then played him as an emotionless anime edgelord, basically acting like a Naruto ninja, and even said he had the ninja headband with the metal plate. Now this guy was your average chubby, spurgy nerd, as you'd expect, but he was a mega cringelord. Now none of us in this group were really normal. In fact, it was a wonder the dude and his girlfriend actually got a girlfriend, who would be the only steady girl he ever had in the end, making him now a failed normie. No, but this dude's autism was too powerful for us. The kind of dude to tell really bad jokes and laugh at them himself when nobody else found them funny. Me?
I was like, wait, hold up.
That's actually the kind of dude who relates everything to some anime. Like I said, we were not normies, so we couldn't really judge, but he just didn't mesh with us. Like if we were 4chan, he wasn't even Reddit. He was Gaia Online.
I've heard Gaia.
What an insult! That you're Gaia?
No, it's Second Life.
I know.
You know people actually still use Second Life?
I know.
I don't get it.
I know. Now about his character. He was bad because he essentially had no personality, and was a ham-fisted hodgepodge of anime tropes. Chris would get upset because his rolls always missed due to bad luck, but we always felt his modifiers were a little too high. But all of us, including the DM, were inexperienced, and well, he was getting bad rolls, so we overlooked it. We played a few games with him, and one more under a different DM, in which he rolled a similarly one-note barbarian, and this one was hitting way above his level, to the point we had to call him out. It turns out he was calculating his ability modifiers 1-to-1, as every point above 10 gives a +1 mod instead of every 2 points. At this point, we all felt a bit betrayed because he clearly lied about his level of experience. I think really due to his spurgatory, he wanted to play but he didn't have enough real friends to do so. So he lied to make sure we would accept him. At that point we all agreed to boot him because no one was enjoying his company. So we politely as possible told him he wasn't a good fit for our group, which, to his credit, he took rather well, at least publicly. Maybe he seethed later in private. He left his character sheet though. Shinji Onaga, despite being a level 1 monk, had all of these class features of a level 20 monk. Dude had just written down all the features from the book as if he had them from the go. And of course, the ability mods were 1-to-1. And I still don't know how he calculated his base saves to this day.
You know, I almost feel bad for this fella because, like, you know what it is? Especially in nerd hobbies. And, okay, let's just be straight up. There's a lot of snarky nerds out there that like to get on as if, oh, yeah, I'm a failure in every other aspect of my life, but I know everything there is about this one topic, and therefore I'm an expert in it. Does that? I'm sure you guys have met that one guy who's absolutely terrible at everything, but they know everything about this one specific thing, topic. And then they act very condescending. And I feel like that's very prevalent in a lot of nerd culture in general, where it's almost like if you don't know everything there is about everything, it's like, oh, normie, get out.
I know.
You know what I mean? But you guys get exactly what I'm on about. And I feel like maybe this guy was just feeling it, and he was like, oh god, no, I've got a lot online, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he made out that he's played tons, and then he comes in, he doesn't even know where to roll up a character sheet.
Yeah, that's yeah, you're better off just be. But again, this is one of the things I feel like, everyone's got to start somewhere. It's okay to not know exactly what you're doing. For God's sake, we don't even know what we're doing half the time in life, let alone anything else.
Yeah, to be honest.
So I almost do feel a bit bad for this wee fella. Look, it's not easy, and
I run a D&D channel. I still have problems making a character sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but no, I think that's where we're gonna wrap up, will we?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Guys, the sale's still on.
Oh yeah, 30% off.
Use sale code SALE30 at checkout.
Like, it's on the bottom of the screen anyway.
And there's tons of new stuff on the website. Go have a look.
There's ungodly.
Why are you even here?
Yeah, honestly, check it out, because it is the best way to help us out and let us keep doing what we do. So I tell them the funny story that happened yesterday.
If you want.
Okay. So Megan left work, so she did, whenever you were pregnant, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided she's not going to go back to working like a normal day job, and I always did the YouTube, so I did.
I'm a trophy wife now, guys.
Yeah.
Stay home.
So Megan's going to take over doing a lot of the YouTube stuff, and I'm going to pick up a job. And she can
so the video editing's crap. It's my fault.
Yeah, it might be. But anyway, so I'm only going to apply for jobs that I think are actually like really high end jobs. So, will I tell the name of the company?
No.
Okay, so I'll just say it's an aerospace company, and it's an international company, and it's for a sheet fitter. So I went ahead and I applied. No, it was actually it's genuinely
it's a really good. My dad worked in it for years. There's plenty of people in Northern Ireland who work in it.
Yeah, really high-end engineering job. Mm-hmm. And I actually they said, yeah, no, definitely come for a tradesman test. And I was like,
sweet.
Hey, not bad, that's pretty cool.
So we had to go out and buy James shiny new workman boots, workman trousers, get him all, get him the fit, the full outfit. It kind of looked like he was wearing cosplay.
Yeah, it kind of did look like cosplay. I was playing dress up as like a tradesman.
It's like a kid's putting on their daddy stuff.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Anyway, so I go ahead, I drive up, and the first one there, I'm talking to. There was only 5 of us anyway in for the test, and they're really desperate for staff. Mm-hmm. So, the way the guy was talking, it was almost as if, you guys are already in the door. We're just going to see how you get on, Yeah. But anyway, we have to bring up a load of our documents and stuff. And the guy comes to me and he goes through the documents and he just kind of looks at me shocked. It's like, you're an electrician? I was like, yeah, I studied electronic engineering, so I did. And he's like, you don't have the qualifications we need mechanical engineers, not electronic. And he was like really taken aback. It's like, you're gonna have to leave, I'm sorry.
James wasn't in the building for more than 10 minutes.
So I got
with his fancy new shoes and his shiny new trousers.
So I got asked to leave, and it's one of those types of buildings where everything's with key cards and stuff.
So he had to get escorted out.
So that was I was happy that they accepted me to come back, and they said, yeah, you're on to the next process, and it genuinely...
It was 3 different steps that he'd gone through, and he had it down on a CV that he was an electronic engineer.
That's what I did. I did electronic.
He had it down on his resume that he'd done electronic, and there's 3 different steps he had to go through before he got to the trades test. So did they not look?
Yeah.
Did they just be like, aye, sweet, pass him on?
You got a 3D printing company? Sweet.
He had to drive an hour away.
I know, it was some distance.
Had to drive an hour away to go there for 10 minutes, and then be like, no, go home. So he had to drive the whole way back. So
that's my embarrassing story of the week, guys. But yeah, no, could have went a lot worse. At least they didn't laugh at me. That's the important bit.
They probably laughed at him whenever he left, though.
They probably did, if I be honest with you. But, as far as could have went worse. So,
If you've made it this long, by the way, check out my channel.
Oh, yeah, Megan posted a video yesterday.
I posted a new video yesterday, so please go watch it.
Yeah, check it out. I suppose we'll love yous and leave yous, yeah?
Yep. Bye.